How's it going, everyone? And we return once again to Civilization the Fifth, Civilization 5, and our Hunnic Empire that is starting to do really quite well. It's improving. It's improving fairly significantly in some regards. Our army is doing quite a lot better. Our territory is quite large. We are way up there in terms of gold production and manufactory ability, although we're in second with 130 million tons of goods and they're in first with 228 million tons of goods. So there's a bit of a gap there that we have to close, and crop yields are good. Our population is booming. Our literacy and approval rates are through the roof. Everything is going fantastically well. We still have 1 million workers just running around from city to city, trying to improve everything all at once, building farms and farms and farms. And we are beginning to consider a maneuver that will earn us some political prestige in years to come by attempting to free Almaty, Sidon, and Hong Kong from their current rulers, which isn't going to make us any friends among the Aztecs, who are arguably the biggest threat to us outside of Austria, although the Austrians are quite friendly with us still. We are still quite friendly. We have a public declaration of friendship, and we've freed a captured citizen. So they're pretty happy with that. And with the Mongols, they probably won't enjoy us freeing a couple of city-states and then needing to protect said city-states, although we might be better off militarily than Genghis Khan, and that's before building an invasion force to go and free those cities, which that would not be bad. That would not be bad. None of our units can currently be upgraded. They're all pretty much as good as they're going to get, outside of earning like proper experience and stuff. We've got unprecedented levels of happiness in the Empire. They're just thrilled to bits to be here. We've got quite a large deposit of money in the back pocket, so if we need to purchase buildings of emergency situational type things, or if we need to purchase ships, like we can just purchase a frigate outright. Just buy a frigate and be like, there, we have a frigate. Or a privateer. And before long we'll be able to buy 2 privateers. Pikemen, we can get trebuchets now. The reason we can't buy trebuchets is because there's a dude sitting in Aberdeen. But a trebuchet would not be a terrible thing to have if we're going on a siege, although we are working on cannons, which I would probably rather have cannons. In terms of an assault force, the musketmen would probably leave. I'd probably leave the knights behind, particularly with the roads and everything here. They'd be able to quickly relocate to any city that goes under siege. And I might just want to build a bunch of military buildings. The barracks need to be built everywhere, and arsenals, so that if I take the armies across the sea to go and free these cities, that I don't cripple my home defenses, and I can replenish units as necessary. Because some of these units I've had around for quite some time, at least one of them in particular, wherever that, I think this crossbowman we've had for some time. Okay, here's a good list. Oh yes, there we are. Our military power is already ranked above Genghis Khan. Below Maria Theresa, which I find interesting. Quite significantly below Maria Theresa. And below Montezuma. Above a lot of other people. So that's something to consider as well. So with that in mind, an opera house is not a bad idea. Just as a general thing to do, because I think our social policies, we want to improve some of these a bit. That'll increase our production when building melee units, and that's they get more stuff from combat. That'd be a long way away. And that just grants gold for killing enemy units, which wouldn't be a bad thing to have, but that's not all that important. I'd rather get the more money in, just in general. Because, barracks, they won't take long, so we'll do barracks. They won't take long, and they're probably an important thing to have. Buenos Aires doesn't need help anymore. Austria is no longer the ally of Bucharest. Austria is now the ally of Bucharest. Okay, so that was probably not worth worrying about. That's over here. And I'm not going to be hugely concerned with what goes on over there. The downside to if we decide to go to war is currently none of our units cost any maintenance. They're all free to just sit there. They don't cost anything to sit there, and we take them all out. They're going to cost money, and that beautiful 100 gold per turn will disappear very quickly. And we're getting a lot of that money from trade routes. Quite a lot of that money is from trade routes. We could do with trading from Dila to Hong Kong. Why we aren't, I'm not entirely sure, but that is a more profitable route than trading with Linz. So these are things to consider. Definitely things worth considering. Do we have anything coming up that will allow for more trade routes? It doesn't look like it, at least not for a little while. Perhaps. There we go. Biology will give us an extra trade route. Fertilizer won't, but it'll increase farm production and other things. Yeah, that'll be our next improvement in our trade route abilities. Speaking of trade routes, you were trading with Vienna. Vienna is still the best place on earth for us to send money. We get a bit of cultural bibbly-boop, and they get some science out of it, but for that money, I'm willing to let them have that. Because it's doing well. We're getting almost as much money from our trade routes as just from our cities. And our cities don't have small revenue piles either. Like, we've got cotton here is producing money. We got more and more cotton over here. We got lots of cotton over here. We've got silver. We've got some camps. We've got some trading posts over here. I mean, it's not perfect. There are ways to improve all of this. Does that go to St. Polten? I think that goes to St. Polten. Why are they not using this tile? That gets them 2 food and a production instead of being out in the ocean. Are you guys managing yourselves properly? You got a couple of farms here that could do with some love. It's your default focus. Like, you'd get as much food as from working the ocean, right? Well, it's just... Yeah, you get as much food and you get production out of it. I mean, that one belongs to the other guys, but... Why weren't you doing that? Like... Why go over there when you could be here and get more? I totally understand working this one, because that's just everything fantastic, but... Yeah, sometimes it just feels like they're not being overly intelligent about it. So the layout here mostly makes sense. That's why this one's over here, because the capital wants access to that kind of money. Money? That's not money. That's money. 10 gold. That's some serious money. So we'll finish that up here, and we'll continue considering that maneuver, and we have a World Congress where Austria has quite significant sway and is hoping to ban wine, which my empire is fine with. Montezuma is a threat to the stability of the world. The time has come to deal with them once and for all. Will you assist me in this effort? Not yet. Not yet. And 10 turns ain't going to be enough. So we have no interest in this arrangement. Yeah, we don't use wine. We do use sugar, so I'm definitely voting against banning sugar, because we definitely... That's the wrong button. Resource list. We've discovered another natural wonder. Where is that? On the coast of Poland. On the south coast of Poland. Well, there you go. As I was saying, we don't use... That's a good one. We don't use wine, but we do have a sugar import. A sugar import that I believe comes from Austria. I believe that's where we're getting the sugar from. And I'd like to continue receiving that sugar. That would be very nice, because I'm enjoying... The Empire's actually getting happier. Oh, that's fantastic. I don't know why it's getting happier, but it's getting happier. That's just brilliant. I'm not used to seeing it just go up for no reason. That's fantastic. Loving that. Absolutely. And they're producing a castle. So yeah, they'll have defensive buildings. And I might want to leave a ship to defend Aberdeen. It can't really defend Aberdeen. We have a new great writer who can create a great work or write a political treaty, which would be a big old plug of culture. But this will be a culture over time dealio.
The most precious thing in life is
The Essays in Idleness. I have no idea what that how that's supposed to be read. Turidzuregusa? Maybe? Don't know. Okay, where were you going? You were going to Teotihuacan. Yeah, keep going to Teotihuacan. I think that's probably the best one for you. I'll just double check that. The trade overview. Yeah, that's the next best one to trade with. Go there. Continue that route. That route is not that long. You make a lot of money off some pretty short routes when you think about it. Especially when we can trade all the way over to Almaty. All the way over there. We can do that. So yeah, now our culture is up a little bit because they had a thing built. And it was stuck in the national epic. Yeah, that's the great writing in our national epic there. And we also have a great writing in our amphitheater. So that adds 2 culture per turn and 2 trade or tourism. So we go to the tourism overview and we see that we are actually rising against Brazil. It'll still be 2,000 turns before they actually give a turd about how we're doing. And that's without trade routes or anything with them. We get some bonuses here, and it's still not going up particularly quickly. That's a hard one, I think, to pull off properly. But oh, you are quite slow, aren't you? You could use some improvements. Why is nobody wanting to improve St. Polten? That's also going quite slowly. Maybe I need to keep my trade routes internal? That's an Aztec caravel. Cape Town is Orthodox? Okay. Cape Town's Orthodox now. The Celts have denounced Mongolia. I can't blame them. They're sort of not in a happy position there. Not really. I don't know why I did the accent, but there you go. I mean, we're not in a position to really denounce anybody. We haven't had the thousands of years of political intrigue with these other nations. I mean, we only found out about them a few decades ago. And imagine if that had happened in the real world. Like, an entire nation went undiscovered until 1800. Like, it was kind of remarkable that, Europe had little idea you could say about North America and South America until the 1400s, 1500s. I mean, like, that's really a long time to go without getting that far around the world. At least if you're playing Civ. So now we can build an armory. We'll do that. Then we'll go back to doing some of the other buildings. Yeah, everyone's going to take a quick break from building whatever it is they're building. We're going to do them barracks, and we're going to do them armories and arsenals, so that every city is capable of producing replacement units for the military, just in case something goes wrong. Because we wouldn't want to have something going wrong. You've got roads throughout most of this. There's probably roads down through Innsbruck and Kitzbühel by now. I just don't have anybody over there to check. Don't have anybody over there to check at all. Turns are ticking by. Turn 833 coming up on turn 834. Year 1814 AD coming up on probably 1815 AD. Montezuma has declared war on the other guy, which, good thing he's got those walls, because it's probably not going to go well for him. When that world's pointiest sticks thing came up, there was a lot of, well, he was close to the bottom, and the conqueror of Stockholm and Hong Kong here, he was a bit further up the list. The Celts of Brazil have made a public declaration of friendship, forging a strong bond between two empires. I mean, I get that if you're friendly with each other, that declaring friendship is the thing that happens in the game, but Brazil's basically a city-state right now. Being friends with them doesn't really prove much. We have an Aztec scout, just making sure that we don't aren't producing a military invasion force. I would hope they're not just, popping around to see how we're all doing. But I am going to want a frigate or two before going into any of these combat zones. Cape Town wants Leventa bullied. Well, I don't care. Our trade with Montezuma has ended. So we will go to Montezuma and we will consider trading cotton for... Would you give us whales? You would not give us whales. Will you give us the cocoa again? You will continue to give us the cocoa. That's good enough for me. That keeps the people happy. Although, happiness is starting to go down again. Oh well. It was good while it lasted. Now it will drop steadily, continuously. But we got quite a lot of money in the bank. Quite a lot of money in the bank. That's doing quite well. We've got a good emergency fund. I could buy a couple buildings with that, but the buildings are starting to get quite expensive. And I'd rather save that money for emergency military units. In fact, Dila here might start producing... Yeah, that's not really my concern. Yeah, Dila might start producing frigates for the Navy. Ha! Ha 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 ha! Oh, Austria, no way. No. We're not giving you more than half our treasury. Yeah, I forgot that was going to happen. You get enough money, and everyone who thinks they're somewhat friendly with you is like, "Hey, can we bum half your cash deposit off you? Because we're like broke." And we can actually go and check that. Yeah, they're not. Okay, yes, they are losing money. They're running a deficit. Everybody's running a deficit. Alexander isn't. He's bringing money in, but he's spending it just as fast. As is Siam. Siam is also bringing in money. Ethiopia is bringing in money. Pedro is, at least he's not losing money. Genghis Khan is losing money hand over foot. And so is Boudica. They're just bleeding. And we are earning probably more money than every other nation combined. In real world terms, because Mongolia is still producing more money than we are. Like, they're producing more raw gold than we are, but they're spending way more of it. Partly because they're huge, and because they probably have quite a few improvements to maintain, and probably a large standing military. I mean, we have a pretty large standing military, but they're free. They're free. They don't cost anything. It's fine. Siam is now protecting Cape Town. Ooh. How's our deal with Zanzibar? Yeah, they still love us. They still love us. So I'd like to see this building improved pretty quickly, because, yeah, after the armory, I believe you could do the arsenal. I think we've unlocked the arsenal. And then we might build a couple of frigates to form the defense of our landing force, and just a general navy. No thanks. No thanks. Yeah, no, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah, no. No. A new artist has been born in the city of New Sarai. More artists! And you cannot create a great work, because there would be nowhere to put it. Is there a city nearby that would be good for you? An artist. Okay, my culture. Great. No, I've only got room for one great art, and that's it. So you get to start a golden age for us! Hooray! 16 turns, and then that probably resets. Oh, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. Okay, what was the palace? The palace provides a place for great art. What other kind of buildings provide space for great art? Do any? No, you've got every building you can, and there's no room for that. That's great work of writing. That's nothing at all. Oh, yeah, that'll still be a long way out. Oh, okay. Golden Age. We're doing the Golden Age. We're having a Golden Age. Everyone party. Hooray, Golden Age. Woo. And yeah, I'm probably a way out from being able to build the Hermitage, which I believe would host a few paintings or other type pieces of art. But that's not on the cards at the moment, so we'll take the Golden Age. That's good to have. That increases gold production significantly. And culture is up, and production is up, so things will be built faster, which is good. It's very good. It's a bit of a forced Golden Age, but it is a Golden Age. It is a Golden Age. How's Aberdeen doing? They're still working as efficiently as possible, I guess. Still not expanding to take advantage of the extra money available and food and stuff. I think Aberdeen will eventually encompass the whole island if it just develops well enough on its own. I could encompass this island here in no time. One city right here, bang bang, couple of boats, another boat. But that would be all the production it gets. It would not be... Like, it would grow, and then no one would have anything to do. Which would not be good. And you have been attacked in some form or fashion, so you... No, that's not the right button. Explore. And there's some Mongolians around here, too. And a lot of horses and cattle. And cattle. And deer. And Gdansk. Gdansk? Gdansk. G'day! Oh, haha. I bet that wasn't originally a Mongolian city there. I'll bet that was taken from them. Production, where? Over here. in Aberdeen. Yes, I saw that coming. I knew that was going to happen. That was going to be a thing. It is recommended to build a scout or a caravel or an opera house, but we're going to build a barracks because war is coming. And I'd like to have as many of these places capable of doing good stuff for the Empire. And in a few turns we'll be able to build cannons. A powerful Renaissance-era siege unit must be set up prior to firing. And I think our first stop is to give these guys a bit of a bloody nose. At least they'd be the easiest ones to get to and give a bit of a kicking to. They're probably not the safest person to give a bit of a kicking to, but particularly with how close they are to us. But they would probably be the easiest one to reinforce. They'd definitely be the easiest one to reinforce. That's a bit of a distance to get to Almaty. Mongolia's got it coming. But Mongolia's got their hands tied with everybody over here, because nobody over here likes Mongolia. Nobody. So if we take a quick look at the diplomacy overview, go to global politics, and we find, hello, we've met Genoa. Where is that? Over here somewhere. We'll get there. We go to Genghis Khan. He's been denounced by Mongolia, who's friends with the Celts. He's been denounced by the Celts, who are friends with Brazil. Mongolia? No. The Brazil have denounced Mongolia. They've denounced Mongolia. Siam has denounced Mongolia and is friends with Poland. Poland has denounced Mongolia and is friends with Siam. So he's got a pair of alliances to contend with. And you're at war with the Aztecs. And your score comes from having every possible wonder you could build. Same as her score. We're friends. We have negative turns left. We have negative turns left in our friendship. It's gone further than it should have. Ha! And we've found Geneva. And there's some ancient ruins nearby. A lot of ancient ruins nearby for some reason. Did nobody ever decide to go and get those? Barracks. I'm actually curious now. Is it surrounded by deep water and nobody could get to it until now? Maybe. Yeah, I don't care. Ruins have been discovered. Cool. Siam is now protecting Geneva. Okay, so apparently Siam knew about Geneva from a while ago. They've become uneasy with the barbarians nearby. Yeah, I can understand that. I'm not going to do anything about it, but I can understand that. So, yeah, I was like, oh look, they're having trouble. It's not my trouble. I won't worry about it. Part of me is kind of hoping, because from personal experience, I happen to know that if you attack enough city-states, all of the city-states will just turn against you forever. And I'm kind of hoping that if I free enough city-states, all of the city-states will just be friends with me forever and make it difficult for other people to gain that diplomatic advantage. Which isn't so much of an issue now, but it will be later. So that requires more barracks, that requires more temples, and that requires... Oh, that's already being built. Only one of those per player. The arts are flourishing. Whoever can provide the most culture in a period of 90 days will gain influence over them. Oh, an Ife. Okay, well, I don't care. Colombo have become uneasy at the presence of nearby barbarians. I've met Colombo. Ah. Well, they do seem to be having an issue, yes. I can understand why they would have... Why they would be angry about that. Yeah, just a little line of deep water, so... Oh, imagine knowing that stuff was out there and that you couldn't get to it. I don't know that it'd be worth it for me to send somebody over there myself, but, you know, that's a thing. It's quite a ways away. I don't see the point in going to get it myself. The ancient ruins. Are there still ruins over by Bucharest? There are. Or at least it has been updated to tell me that there aren't. Which could be a thing. We've met Ur. Ur is over here. Ur is currently being attacked by Mongolia. And they're not happy about it. They're being blockaded by Mongolia. Mongolia is probably here to take and Colombo and Geneva because they are a tyrant. And we will have to deal with them. Seaport increases production when building naval units. That would not be a bad thing to have here because that's where I plan to build my frigates. Is being protected. Is looking for help with this war against Mongolia. Gifting them units will earn more influence than normal, while the war is underway. Yeah, they're not gonna do well. I'll probably liberate you later, if that's any kind of help. You have ivory, that's nice. And many horses. And the Greeks declared war on the Celts because it wasn't already weird enough. Hello, Athens. Why have you declared war on the Celts? And oh yeah, we can see them. They're straight up attacking. They've got trebuchets, Of course, is giving them what for as well, so it's not like it's a walk in the park for them. So we'll just quietly. Zanzibar started a large public works project, so money is worth more over here. I don't think I have to worry about that though, because I've got my spy there. And he's keeping the city quite happy with me. Which is good. I don't have any other spies, do I? No, just the one. Rigging elections regularly. That's good stuff. Do we have open borders with the Aztecs? I don't feel like that was a good decision. Greek has declared it's protecting Buenos Aires. Fine. Public declaration from Ethiopia. You want my help in a war with Poland. I have no interest in helping you with your war against Poland, which you're not yet in. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Austria is no longer the ally of Hanoi. Cape Town and Austria are no longer allies. Something happened. Oh, we've unlocked chemistry. We have cannons. We have cannons now. Where were you going? Linz? I don't think Linz was the best option for you, was it? Overview. St. Polten to Vienna now. It is a good option. St. Polten and then Aberdeen to Vienna. Huh. Well, I okay. Yeah, you all right? You're moving to St. Polten. I didn't think that was going to happen. Tila isn't going to be the sole provider of all the monies. Now let's look at the technology tree. What does architecture get us? That gets us the Hermitage, which contains great works of art or artifacts, and it can hold up to 3. And I am interested in that now because I am producing great artists, and I just had to use one to create a golden age, which I would rather have not have done. Greece is doing a thing. Ethiopia is doing a thing. Allies. Right. Let's get back over here and see what's going on over here. So there's a very thin divide here. Oh, there's Rio, or what was Rio. Oh. Poland has denounced Mongolia. Poland has denounced Greece. Are Greece and Mongolia friends? I feel like they're probably friends. You want to go to war with Greece? I don't blame you. They seem to be a bit warmongery as well. Greece, at war with the Celts, you've denounced Poland, you've denounced Siam, but you're not necessarily friends with Genghis Khan. Who is friendly with me. I must say, the tyrants of the world do seem to like me. I don't think that's a good thing. But there you go. They seem to like me, and you need to go to Vienna for all the money in the world. And some science. That's a good thing. Get some science out of that. And then I think it was Aberdeen? Yeah, I think Aberdeen's the next one. Trade from Aberdeen to Vienna. That is strange. That is strange to my head. And yeah, oh. Is this how you're keeping everyone at bay? Is this narrow land bridge between the southern half of the continent and the northern half of the continent, and it takes very little effort to defend? And like, you captured Rio, and you subjugated them. You captured Salvador, and you're like, puppet it. It's fine. Does Rec need a seaport more than an armory? No, I don't think so. Now, there is, when liberating a city, there's like special rules or whatever, so I'm curious. I need the Civilopedia. I don't know if the Civilopedia will mention this or not. Liberate. Liberate cannot be found. Okay. Where might I find it? City-states? Like this, just it's a list of city-states. Doesn't really tell you about city-states. It's probably within game concepts. Let's just see here. Attacking a city, conquering a city, and annexing a city, making a city public, defending a city. Captured cities. If a city is captured, its world wonders and culture buildings that hold the great works are captured as well. A city's natural wonders are destroyed when the city is captured. Oh, national wonders. So the military buildings are always destroyed when a city is taken. All other buildings have a 66% remaining intact. You can annex a puppet city at any time. It also provides military forces for its defense. It makes buildings it chooses and creates no new units or wonders at all. Da, 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 da. Yes, I know. You annex it and make it a part of your empire, or you can make it into a puppet state. Each has its own benefits and costs. Yes, but city combat, attacking a city. I want to know about liberating a city. Yeah, no, I've already read that one. You know what, I'll dig into that later. There's certain rules as to when a city can or can't be liberated. Are you one of the traders who should do something else? You are. You should be in Aberdeen going to Vienna. That is weird. But alright, we'll send you to Aberdeen. And you will trade with Vienna. And make all the money in the world. Yeah, so some city-states can always be liberated. You can always liberate a city-state. Oh, Mombasa! That's another city-state to liberate! And when you liberate a city-state, they do become a permanent ally. Like, they just get ridiculous ally perks and stuff for doing that. So that's 1, 2, 3 Mongolian cities that I can definitely liberate. And we found Mount Sinai. And we've got the ship here that needs to go to Vienna. There it is. Found Mount Sinai way up here. Nantes. Oh, there's more stuff going on over here. And Polish spearmen. Well, you're way... No, yeah, so Mombasa, Sidon, and Almaty that we know of that belong to Mongolia, and he is trying to take Ur. So that'll be 4 that we know of. We have nothing left to do in Attila's court. Well, I'm going to want a couple of cannons for the capture and whatnot. But for now, let's put focus onto research. Aberdeen doesn't need a seaport. An armory would be a good idea, though. Armory would be a good idea. Yeah, I want to get some frigates out first before I worry about building up my invasion force. Yeah, these I think have already all been built. So that's unfortunate, but oh well. I come up here and see what's going on. Mount Sinai. Happiness has increased. Woo! And we're coming back out this way. Tabriz. I don't know if that's one of their original cities or not. Boudica has negotiated peace with Kuala Lumpur, Ormus, and Samarkand. Boudica has made peace with Alexander. Well, that's good. You're not really in a position to do a lot of fighting. And Alexander is over here, who may or may not be on a separate landmass, near as I can tell. I kind of thought this would be a larger landmass, but there you go. There's a bit of an ocean in the middle here. And a Greek cargo ship trading with Mombasa. They're going to be a little annoyed when I liberate them, but, you know, you do what you do. Liberating the city-states is a good way to win at the World Congress, because right now you don't get any points for having allied city-states. Let's see, where are we? We're right here. Yes, of course we are. We just get points for being a member. But in the future, we will get extra votes for having city-state allies. The city-states get a bit of say in the way the world works. So that'll be an aspect that'll be beneficial. You have war elephants. Nice. Go back over here for a second. You're ready to build your barracks. Good stuff, good stuff. And yeah, so bison. Yeah, so once we move into later stages of the World Congress and into the United Nations, the city-states' voices count. And if you can have enough of the city-states on your side, you don't need any civilization allies to vote for you, and you can declare yourself world leader. Which is kind of the more gentle way to achieve victory. Is you just collect a whack of city-states under your belt. You don't set up this sort of a situation where everyone's losing everything to everybody else. Unmet civilization. It's not saying that they've lost completely, though, which is interesting. I'd like to know if there's some cities out there that still belong to some of these empires, although they're not on the scoreboard. Although I feel like if they had been completely eradicated, it would show up in the victory board. They'd be like, no, this player's gone. But maybe they don't. And maybe I can't bring them back. But I can try. I can go to... Oh, that's a nice river. It's a big old river right there. Samarkand. That's one of your allies. Public declaration from Siam. You've declared your golden age has ended. Oh, good, we didn't lose our position. Okay, so the Great People Golden Ages are a separate thing from the Happiness Golden Ages. That's good. That's good to know. Yeah, it looks like it is probably all one landmass. That's a really big continent. Kind of like Afro-Eurasia if you play the Earth map. And you have the old world, it's all tied together, and then the new world is tied together but separate and smaller. Like Austria and the Huns right now. The Zanzibar election has been rigged, giving us more time with them for free. We've met Kuala Lumpur. Oh, that's a lot of zigzagging on the map there. Stockholm. Yeah, okay. Keep trading with Stockholm. Let's choose some productions here. We got New Sarai is going to be doing some barracks because they're out of other things to build. So we'll get them doing that. And yes, we've done that. Greece is protecting... Everyone's declared that they're protecting Kuala Lumpur. Maybe they're not connected, but that's a shallow waterway, so they can definitely get to each other from a long time ago. Long time ago. And yes, Kuala Lumpur. Oh, they're not going to be happy. We've got a boat sitting in their space. They're going to be angry about that. Oh, well, if you ever get captured by the Mongols, we'll be here to save you. And Greece's turn. There might be a channel through here. But even if there is, that's such a shallow seabed that Sydney has declared war on Montezuma. I feel like that's the other way around. I feel like Montezuma declared war on Sydney. Oh, never mind. It was the other way around. We found Byblos. And yeah, they are seemingly disconnected landmasses, but that's, yeah, they can get across that no problem. Ethiopia is now the ally of... Oh, that's way up the north. I'm not if the Aztecs managed to take Sydney, Ethiopia has other problems. That's going to be an interesting one. So, Casimir III has entered the Renaissance era. Montezuma has made peace with Ife, and you are seeking help against Genghis Khan. Again, I don't blame you, but I'm not really in the position to throw myself into that at the moment. I'm working on it. We're getting there, and we've got quite a lot of money in the back pocket in case we need to build something real quick. Quite a lot of money in the back pocket. So, if we wanted to, and we wanted to build that city here, it'd be pretty easy to get some buildings down to speed it up, but that might not be a good spot for a city. Yeah, they're a little angry. And oh no, they are connected! This is just a little bay. Well, it's a big bay. But, Cork. Okay, I know you just found it. No, it's a puppeted city. You stole Cork. You stole Cork from somebody. I don't know who you stole Cork from. Probably you. Why would you name it Cork? Is there an actual city called Cork? If there is a city called Cork, I apologize to the citizens of Cork for thinking that Cork was a silly name for a city. Yeah, so, no, that's one giant continent. You want to... Okay, yeah. Everyone's coming to me going, hey, you wanted to clear war and so-and-so. Not really. Not really, especially since Greece. Since you've obviously captured somebody else here. I'm not feeling overly friendly with you. You have conquered other peoples. That's not good. I mean, the other peoples probably had it coming for them. As is life. Brussels wants some help with an encampment, but Brussels isn't really my concern. We'll just keep our turns on trucking. Get that seaport and barracks and armories. Barracks and armories. And some extra research points. Delicious, delicious research. Oh, and we're coming up close to our thing coming clue. Coming clue? Coming clue. Where's my... Not trade overview. Not that. This! Relationships. Deal history. There we are. Not there. There! Research agreement. It comes due in 5 turns. That will be good. Where do we send you off to? Vienna. Oh, obviously Vienna. 18 gold per turn. Fantastic. And what do we want to build in Rec? Do we want to build a seaport? Or do we want to build a castle? I want to build Caraval or Caravanserai. Build the Caravanserai just because I'm curious if there's a building that I need the Caravanserai before I can build, because I'm not paying attention really to that stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm not doing land routes there. I don't need a Caravanserai. Let's just see. If there's anything like locked away behind that, or any benefit whatsoever to building that. You know, the Empire's quite spread out, but we can still fit every city on the screen. We got Aberdeen up here, St. Polten, Attila's Court, Rec, New Sarai, and Dila. You kind of got to move a bit to see all of the borders, which we now have a continuous border around the mainland. But, yeah, this wouldn't be a bad place for a city, just that there wouldn't be a lot of, extra special resources in the area. They have cattle and stone, because they're a bit out of reach of the neighboring cities. Although I think Dila's working the stone, yeah, so you just start competing with other cities for resources. Like, down here. Yeah, look at this. You get this one, but not the ones around it. Oh no, you have that one too. You're just not using it. And you're arguing about the ones on the side there. Interesting. These ones must be being worked by New Sarai. Yes. That's why they're competing for those tiles. Although really, you do need the food. You do need the food more than Rec does. 91 turns before growth. And that's what Tundra will do to you. Yeah, not a lot of good stuff comes from Tundra. And we're seeing some improvements out here to the hills to just make mines that are going to improve things out there. 1, 2, 3. Is that a farm? No, that's a trading post. I only see 3 of the workers, so the other 2 must be over here. Yes, there they are. More farms, and finally turning that hill into a mine. Not that Aberdeen's using any of it. I'm not using that. I'm using that. That's just a mine? That's just a mine. And that's iron. And our deal with Maria Teresa for sugar is ended. If I make a deal for more sugar with you, I would like to know that you're not going to... Wait, what? You don't want my cotton anymore. You have your own cotton. No! I gotta find somebody else who wants cotton. Who's up on the scoreboard? You are. Ethiopia. Oh, you don't want my cotton, do you? No, you don't want cotton. You don't want cotton. Oh. Who else is up on the board? Genghis Khan. I don't want to trade with Genghis Khan. Or Alexander. Alright, Siam. Do you want cotton? You do want cotton. Will you give me spices for cotton? Just flat trade. Yes! Good stuff. We getting some spices. You want ivory. That's not helpful. You want ivory. Also not helpful. You want spices. You'll like me. That's good stuff. And you want copper. And you want wine. And you've completed the Uffizi, and you want wine. A lot of people want wine. Well, wine's about to be illegal, so I wouldn't get your hopes up about that. You've completed the Uffizi. St. Polten loves the king! Hooray! It will grow faster. For 20 turns. And produce things quicker, I hope. It would be pretty good if you could produce things quicker. Yeah. The Uffizi's been built. I know the porcelain tower's been built. I'm pretty sure it's been built. I think the Taj Mahal has been built. If not, I'll take it. That looks delicious. +4 happiness, +1 culture. Like, we're still only 34 turns out from another cultural bibbly boop. And we need to build some more opera houses. Was that a barbarian caravel? That we would win handily. Quite handily. It would be a minor victory, you claim, but... Just sail away, my friend. Sail away. If they get into a fight, you'll probably kick their butt, so... Don't worry too much about it. Yeah, there seems to be a small island here. Well, it might be quite large, because there's a lot of space we can't see, but... It's been untouched. Mostly. And there's actually quite a bit of space for setting up shop. And there's silk! And there's a fight. And it didn't go well for you, Mr. Barbarians. Didn't go well for you at all. Yeah, we're only seeing the shorelines around here, so there could be more stuff going on that we don't know about. Well, there is more stuff going on that we don't know about. That's how that works. Armory is going to take you a while. Everything's going to take you a while. You were just not producing anything of significant worth. You're finally using the farms, though. That's nice to see. But yeah, you'll need to be shifted to a production focus. What'll that do? Significantly increases production. Wow. The armory goes from 28 turns to 18 turns. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's not growing very quickly, though. I'd like it if it had the sheep. Can I have the sheep? It probably can have the sheep. And the deer over here. It'd be great if they build out towards the deer and just have that as well. We've got quite a lot of money. Perhaps we can just purchase what we need. If we just buy tiles out towards it. Or no, that'll be too far away, won't it? Yeah, that'll be too far away. Research agreement complete. Metallurgy gets a significant bonus, because I think that's the last one at this tier. Yeah, gets us Lancers, and that unlocks the arsenal, which is a defensive building. I thought it was a aggressive building. But that research agreement is complete. Is there anyone in the position to offer a research agreement? Anybody got the money for it? You are in the hole significantly, but you are making some profit. You don't have money, you don't have money, you don't have enough, you don't have enough, you don't have enough. Nope. Nobody has enough money. Nobody has enough money. But that's alright. We got the one research agreement through, so that sped us up a bit. Alexander's declared war on Siam. Siam wants open borders. Sure. You can have open borders over here. You can come down. I mean, like, you're way over here, so I don't know what open borders does for you, but you can try. Oh, Kuala Lumpur is being attacked. Don't know by who. One of them, probably. We're a few turns out from the seaport in Dila, and then we'll be building frigates. We'll produce our first navy. Well, aside from that one caravel. I mean, I guess it counts as a navy. But I'd rather have the frigates, as they can bombard a city and other good stuff. They're just a nice to have. Just a nice to have. And Aberdeen has finished their armory, so we can set about improving you. A windmill would not be a bad idea. I'll just make everything else easier to build. Go for the windmill. Go for the windmill, yep. We've got workers moving back and forth because all the farms in the world have been built. No, I don't want open borders with you. Go away, monster. Not even going to consider it. Aztecs. All you've ever done is be nice to me. Well, that's all they've ever done to me. They've conquered Hong Kong. They conquered Stockholm. They're incredibly aggressive. Yeah, I know open borders ended. I don't care. Wellington, where is Wellington? Way up there, not my problem. I know they just want like a great general or something, so it's not really like it's an issue to do, but yep, nope, not interested. Got quite a lot of money backed up. No, I told you no twice now. Don't make me go to war with you. You don't like Greece, and you don't like Mongolia. And you're friends with Poland? Yeah, let's declare friendship. That's going to tick off a few people. They're going to like us a bit more. They're not going to like us. We're friendly with you. We're still friendly with you for some reason. Not sure why. Not sure why at all. And we have things to do, and you just keep finding barbarians everywhere you go. Yeah, that'll be the tip of that island. But we have circumnavigated the globe. We're definitely not the first ones to do that, though. No. New Sarai. We do the Hero Epic. We can do the Taj Mahal, except that that's really a bad place to build the Taj Mahal, because that's going to be a long time coming. The Heroic Epic is going to be a long time coming too. You turned out to be a really bad place to build these buildings. So I'm going to build a windmill. Build a windmill. Do you want to build the Taj Mahal? You can do it pretty quick. Give it a shot. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Do I just... you want to be friends now too. And you are friends with... Yeah, you're friends with Siam. Yes, let us work together. Excellent. We've declared friends with you as well. Get over it. I don't mind ticking you off. Yes, we're friends with Poland. Yay, we're friends with the same friends. Yeah, I don't really care if Athens doesn't like me, because they've obviously conquered somebody else. They're rather brutish people. Ha ha, brutish. Sydney is in awe of you. Oh, good. Good. Sydney is amazed by our scientific advances, and we've become friends, and a barbarian encampment has been discovered. Not my concern. Not really my concern. And that might be a smaller island than I thought. Might be a separate island from that one. But, yeah, we're almost on the seaport. That's good stuff. And, Poland likes that we're friends with Austria. And they like Austria. Oh, this is good. We've built a large circle of friends. This is much better than expected. Unfortunately, all of our preparations for war will be waiting until next time, because I'm looking to wrap this up here. We just wait for the city-states to finish their stuff, and then the barbarians, and then we'll call it a bit there as we enter the year 1853. It turned 872. Until next time, have a good one.